Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Senior Night here at the Lamar Viking Diamond, where we are going to recognize our graduating senior baseball players. First up, number 1, pitcher and outfielder Cole Rentz. Cole is escorted by his parents, Chris and Monica Rentz, and brother Gage. His favorite baseball memory from Lamar is sweeping Martin this year. His favorite baseball player is Clayton Kershaw. If he could have any superpower, it would be the ability to fly. Cole's advice to young players: trust the process and get better every day. His future plan is to attend Tarleton State in the fall. Cole's message to his parents: Mom and Dad, I want to take this moment to thank you for all the love and support you've given me throughout my baseball journey. Your constant encouragement and the sacrifices you've made have been priceless. I love y'all so much. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Cole Rentz. Next up, number 2, second baseman Jackson Davis. Jackson is escorted by his parents, Jermaine and Makisha Davis. His favorite Lamar baseball memory is a walk-off win against Burleson Centennial his freshman year. His favorite baseball player is Ichiro Suzuki. If Jackson could have any superpower, it would be super speed. Jackson's advice to younger players: don't take it for granted. 4 years goes by fast. His future plans is to major in sports communication. His message to his parents: Mom and Dad, thank you for the constructive criticism. Love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Davis. Next up, number 3, Jacob Greco, who plays in the outfield and is also a designated hitter. Jacob is escorted by his mother, Rebecca Greco, and his brother, Grant. Jacob's favorite Lamar baseball memory is his walk-off home run against Martin this year, resulting in a series sweep. His favorite baseball player is Leody Taveras. If he could have any superpower, it would be never getting hurt or injured. Jacob's advice to younger players: have fun, time flies. He plans to go to Texas A&M in the fall and major in pre-med. His message to his parents: thank you, Mom, for bringing me to every game and never letting a ride be an excuse. Thank you, Dad, for the practices when I was young that made me the hitter I am today. Love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Greco. Next up, number 5, center fielder Logan Archibald. Logan is escorted by his parents, Leslie and Kyle Whitecotton, Brent and Kristen Archibald, and brother Luke Archibald and sister Cheyenne. Logan's favorite Lamar baseball memory is sweeping Martin this year. His favorite baseball player is Adrian Beltre. If Logan could have any superpower, it would be teleportation. His advice to younger players is have a good time. Logan's future plans are to attend Texas Tech and major in psychology. Logan says to his parents: thank you for always showing up and supporting me. Love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Logan Archibald. Next up, number 7, outfielder Ryan Dominguez. Ryan is escorted by his mother, Felicia Dominguez. His favorite baseball memory is sweeping Martin this year. Ryan's favorite baseball player, Mookie Betts. If Ryan could have any superpower, it would be extreme muscle growth. His advice to younger players: keep your love for the game. Remember that baseball is supposed to be fun. Ryan plans to attend Texas A&M in the fall, pursuing a degree in business. Ryan's message: Mom, thank you for always believing in me and being my number 1 fan. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Dominguez. Next up, number 8, Colton McKay, who played third base, pitcher, pretty much all of the outfield. Colton is escorted by his parents, Doug and Angela McKay. His favorite baseball memory at Lamar is the walk-off home run against Martin, resulting in a sweep. Colton's favorite player is Josh Smith, and if he could have any superpower, it would be the ability to fly. Colton says to younger players: create good team chemistry. His future plan is to attend the Colorado School of Mines and study mechanical engineering. Colton's message to his parents: thank you for all the sacrifices you made and time you spent for me to be able to play baseball for all these years. I love y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Colton McKay. Next up, number 9, pitcher and outfielder Joe Bajanero. Joe is escorted by his parents Alyssa and Jeff with a picture. Also his sister Layla and Aunt Kate. Joe's favorite Lamar baseball memory is sneaking off to McDonald's during a rain delay and getting in trouble with Coach Gill, then hitting 3 home runs almost back-to-back against Ennis. His favorite baseball player, all-time favorite, is Jeff Bajanero, and his current favorite is Kyle Backus. If he could have any superpower, it would be super speed. Joe's advice to younger players: take advantage of your younger years, get strong, work hard, and have fun, because when it gets to senior year, you're going to realize there's no time left, and you will wish you had made the most of the time you had, so make sure to make the most of it. Joe's future plans are to attend UNT to study film and media production and play for the club baseball team. Joe says to his parents, I love you guys. I almost quit baseball going into high school, but I decided to keep it going for y'all, and I'm so happy I did, because it has been such a huge blessing to be able to play. Some of my favorite moments have come from baseball, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without it and without you guys, so thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Bajanero. Next up, number 10, first baseman Ransom Burns. Ransom is escorted by his parents, Sean and Lexi Burns, and sister, Lacey. Ransom's favorite Lamar baseball memory is sweeping Martin this year. His favorite baseball player, Joey Gallo. If he could have any superpower, it would be teleportation. Ransom says to younger players, keep working and never give up. His future plan is to play football at West Texas A&M, and he says to his parents, thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything you do. It has helped me come a long way and has made me a better person. Thank you. Love y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Ransom Burns. Next up, number 11, outfielder Jalen Jones. Jalen is escorted by his parents, Marcus and Tiffany, and brother Ian. His favorite baseball memory at Lamar is sweeping Martin this year. His favorite baseball player is Adolis Garcia. If he could have any superpower, it would be the power to get anything I want or need with words. Jalen says to younger players, stay dedicated to what you want to do and don't give up. His future plan is to go to Houston Tillotson for baseball and major in communication. Jalen says to his parents, I will always appreciate you for supporting me and pushing me to be better. Ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Jones. Next up is number 22, Gannon Carey. Gannon is escorted by his parents, Garrett and Shannon Carey, and sister Samantha. His favorite Lamar baseball memory is the freshman year baseball tournament at Lamar. His favorite baseball player is Delino DeShields. If Gannon could have any superpower, it would be super speed, which I think he already has. As advice to younger players, never let anyone outwork you, no matter the cost. His future plan is to attend Texas A&M to study business. Gannon says to his parents, I am so incredibly grateful for my parents. I wouldn't be where I am today without them, and they are consistently pushing me to strive for greatness. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for everything. I love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Gannon Carey. And once again, a round of applause for all of our senior Lamar Vikings. Thank you. It's too bad Edwin left. I don't know what all going on there. Yeah. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Grand Prairie Gophers. Batting first at third base, number 4, Rodrigo Martinez. Batting second at shortstop, number 3, Saul Munoz. Batting third at first base, number 12, Giovanni Alvarado. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 10, Isai Martinez. Batting fifth, left fielder, number 5, Brandon Peoples. Batting sixth at second base, number 0, Aaron Alcala. Batting seventh in center field, number 15, Jalen Garcia. Batting eighth at catcher, number 17, Jacob Harmon. Batting ninth, designated hitter, number 8, Adrian Kalunga. And starting right fielder, number 16, Isaac Silva. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Lamar Vikings. Batting first at second base, number 2, Jackson Davis. Davis at second. Batting third in right field, number 3, Jacob Greco. Greco in right. Batting third behind the plate, number 24, Brock Jackson. Jackson is catching. Batting fourth on the mound, number 6, Colton Casada. Casada is the pitcher. Batting fifth at third base, number 8, Colton McKay. McKay at third. Batting sixth at first base, number 10, Ransom Burns. Burns at first. Batting seventh in left field, number 15, Connor Bushell. Bushell in left. Batting eighth in center field, number 5, Logan Archibald. Archibald in center. Batting ninth, designated hitter, number 7, Ryan Dominguez. Dominguez, the DH. And your starting shortstop, number 4, Ben Shryock. Shryock at short. The rest of your Lamar Vikings are Cole Rentz, Joe Bajanero, Jalen Jones, Luke Lazier, Grafton Owings, and Gannon Carey. Ladies and gentlemen, there was recently a severe car crash that involved a player from South Grand Prairie, one of the teams in our district. You're invited now to have a moment of silence to give good thoughts, prayers, however you feel led, to his recovery for Isaac Leal. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise as you are able, remove your hats, and honor our nation's flag, remembering those who have served our country proudly and bravely, protecting our freedom as we play the national anthem. Starting battery for your Lamar Vikings tonight behind the plate, number 24, Brock Jackson. Jackson is the catcher. And on the mound, number 6, Colton Quesada. Queso on the bump. You ready? Well, hello, baseball fans, and welcome to this broadcast of Lamar Viking Varsity Baseball, brought to you by the Lamar Viking Baseball Booster Club. I'm Bill Frawley. With me, Brent White. Brent, how are you doing?
Bill, I'm doing great. Thank you.
It is a beautiful night. There is some wind blowing towards us, but not near as bad as it's been some evenings.
I think this is the old Bluebird day. I don't think we can improve on this very much.
And it's senior night. We just honored all of our 11, can you believe it? 11 graduating seniors for the Vikings.
You know, a group of guys, Bill, that have been in the program for a long time. You know, you've got a full team of players plus 2, so that's a lot of people all in one spot. But great group of men and great group of families. And
with all the pregame celebrations, first warm-up pitch still happened just a couple of minutes after 7 o'clock.
Leading off for the Gophers in the top of the first inning, third baseman number 4, Rodrigo Martinez.
So Rodrigo Martinez, the third baseman, right-hander, will start off for the Gophers, and he starts off on the first pitch with a single to right field. It goes right between first and second baseman. The next batter, shortstop number 3, Sol Muniz. So Muniz will be the next batter. He's also a right-hander, the shortstop. No outs and a runner on first. Showing bunt, pulls back, and the call is ball 1.
I think you like to remark a lot with Colton, the first pitch strike, and certainly the first batter was a first pitch strike. The ball was kind of a weak hit, but perfectly located where there was no play by anyone.
Hit it where they ain't, right?
Yep.
There's a fastball, pops up on the bunt attempt, straight up in the air behind the catcher and the umpire, harmlessly away from any players, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
Last time out, Colton managed to get 4 innings against Bowie, had a little arm soreness, didn't play in the field last Friday night, so it's good to see Colton up there ready to go tonight.
1 ball, 1 strike. No outs, runner on first. Here's the pitch, shows bunt, pulls back, and it's ball 2. I wonder if that ever distracts a pitcher. I need to ask somebody sometime if they're showing bunt, but they pull back, you know. I just wonder if that does any kind of distraction. Throw over to first, not in time.
Well, there's no question it's a strategy in certain situations to distract the pitcher. South Grand Prairie does it all the time. So
here's the 2-1, a ground ball, slow up the first base line. Quesada throws over to Ransom Burns at first for the putout on the 1-3. And that'll bring up 1 out and a runner now on second. The next batter, first baseman number 12, Giovanni Alvarado.
But a good bunt laid down, did the job, moved the runner over to second, made us have to work a little bit to get the out. So those are always tricky.
There's a first pitch strike.
Breaking ball just right down the middle. Perfect start to this at bat.
Brent, you might have been keeping up. Has Grand Prairie won 1 game in district play?
They have won 1 game,
okay.
and I couldn't. I want to say it was against Halton, but
I think that's correct. Yeah,
I don't know that for sure.
Ground ball, sharply hit straight through the legs of the pitcher, goes into short, shallow center field. That'll be a base hit. The runner advances to third base. They hold him there because of the respect for the arm from Logan Archibald out there in center field. The next batter will be pitcher number 10, Isai Martinez.
Well, I think what we've seen so far is these guys are not just going to come in here and lay down because it's our senior night. They've already got 2 hits on the board, runners at first and third. So they are definitely here to play.
First pitch, fouled straight up in the air. Ransom Burns making chase on it, and he catches it right before getting into the fence. So that was a really valuable out because now after that F3 play, you've got 2 outs with runners on the corners.
And got that with 1 pitch.
Number 5, left fielder Brandon Peoples. And you know what? When you want Quesada to be able to go as far as deep as possible into the game, that's important. I'm glad you mentioned that.
You are correct.
This batter, Peoples, is a lefty. He plays left field, coincidentally. Now they're calling a balk on Quesada, and that'll score a run and move the runner to second. Scoring is number 4, Rodrigo Martinez. Well, that's unusual. So now the lefty, left fielder number 5, Brandon Peoples, waiting for his first pitch from Quesada. 2 outs, a runner on second. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into shallow left field, and the shortstop came out. There wasn't really a collision, I don't think, until after the ball had missed, but Connor Bouchel was laying out for that. Unfortunately, that's going to end up as I think a single.
Yeah, tough play. Just right in the perfect spot. You know, diving effort by.
Scoring is number 12, Giovanni Alvarado. The next batter, number 0, second baseman Aaron Alcala.
Looked like a fairly innocent hit. Just pulled up at just the right time where wasn't a play on the ball by either player.
Yeah, at first it looked like he was going to go deeper into the outfield. But it was a tough layout attempt by Connor Bouchel.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell. I wasn't looking to see if he got a good jump. It looked like he was on it. Could have been a little bit easier play for Ben Shryock, the shortstop. I guess we'll never have that answer.
Probably so. 1 ball and no strikes to number 0, Alcala. Pitch is outside again. The count goes to 2-0. Brock Jackson doing a great job of moving and reaching out to keep that ball from getting behind him and keeping that runner at second base.
But going back to the balk, the runner at first was intentionally being very distractive and kind of jumping up and down, jumping around. And I think kind of that confusion, they were trying to reset, kind of call time, but in the process didn't come set like he was supposed to and caused the balk to be called.
Gotcha. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
You know, when it appeared like we were going to get out with 1 run scored with what looked like a fairly monotonous hit to left field, but here we are, you know, down 2-0, top of the first.
2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, runner at second. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, strike 2. Yeah, hopefully some of these things don't continue into the future innings of this game. And hopefully the bats come alive early for the Vikings here in just a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, man on second. The count goes full at 3-2 now.
Given the credit for the hit on that one play, I think that based on location where it was and the effort that was made by Connor, that'll go down as a hit, at least
yeah, I would
matching
think
up
so.
with what I see here on Game Changer.
Here's the payoff pitch. That's going to be ball 4 as he goes a little bit high. And the inning doesn't end yet. Number 15, center fielder Jalen Garcia. Down to the number 7 hitter in the order, right-handed center fielder Jalen Garcia. Runners at first and second for the Gophers. Casada steps off. The runner at second trots back to second base. No one holding him very tight. But when he saw Casada turn around on the mound, he went back. First pitch to this batter inside, ball 1. It almost seems like he's a little rattled now.
Well, let's not forget, his last start a week ago today, he didn't go as long as expected. He didn't play in the field on Friday. Let's assume he didn't get a lot of work between Tuesday and Easter Sunday, and got back to work yesterday. So I think we're probably seeing a little bit of rust.
Steps off, throws over to second. The runner dives back in time, and that makes sense what you're saying. For sure.
The pitchers especially get into a routine, and when that routine's broken, it takes a little time to get back in this groove.
There's a pitch for a strike, and evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Got a force out everywhere, so we'll take a little ground ball almost anywhere.
The 1-1 pitch on the outside edge, called strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a pretty pitch right there. He located that.
Oh, man.
Right where it needed to be.
There was no swinging at that.
Taking quite a while here. He's getting the
waved
sign.
Off too. He doesn't like. He's not in agreement on the pitch call. Excuse me.
And what's funny is he's not just waving off the catcher; he's waving off the coach.
That's right.
That's what I think is interesting. Here's the pitch. There's called strike 3 to end the inning. Well, the Gophers pick up 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 left on base. The score, 2-0. For your Vikings in the bottom of the first inning, second baseman number 2, Jackson Davis. Well, here we go into the bottom of the first inning. The Vikings trailing 2-0. First pitch, ground ball, sharply hit. Can't get it at shortstop. Jackson Davis gets on with a leadoff single. Leadoff single for Jackson Davis. Now batting number 3, right fielder Jacob Greco. Well,
That's
both teams get
good response.
both teams get a first pitch single base hit. Jackson Davis is going, but foul ball, and he'll go back to first base. Greco will start off. No balls and 1 strike.
Well, since we're having some video problems, that first hit was just inside the second base bag, out of the reach of the shortstop, so cleanly went into center field for a nice little single by senior Jackson Davis.
And senior Jacob Greco playing right field tonight. No balls, 1 strike for him. 0-1 pitch. Outside, gets away from the catcher. Jackson Davis will take second uncontested. Count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now a runner in scoring position for Greco, who was the subject of many of the baseball players' favorite moments while at Lamar. His home run for the walk-off against Martin that secured the sweep first week of district play this season. The 1-1 pitch, bouncing ball to the third baseman. He looks the runner back. Now the runner's going to go. Oh, and Greco beat out the throw. And now, quickly, we have a mound meeting. Oh, no, the coach is going to come out and tell the umpire he saw something different.
Well, but of course he did, right?
And that's one of the quickest. I wouldn't even call that an argument. He went out and said something. The catcher, number 24, Brock Jackson. And, I don't know, maybe the coach is just saying, you sure about that? Yep, okay.
Yeah, I think that's just checking in, Just checking in.
I didn't have time to play the arguing with umpire music.
No, that was an argument that never commenced.
The runner goes from first to second. Fake throw. Not going to do anything there. No balls and 1 strike to Brock Jackson. Now 2 runners in scoring position. This is really lagging, isn't it?
It is.
Golly. There's a swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 2.
I think that's strike. Is that strike 2? Okay. I missed one. My bad.
Okay, it wasn't lagging that bad then.
No, it wasn't. My brain was lagging.
That's all right. My middle name is Brain Lag. No balls and 2 strikes for Brock Jackson. Runners at second and third, no outs. There's a little looper into center field for a base hit. That'll score Jackson Davis. They bobble the ball in center field. Now Greco's going to score. So two RBI single. Brock Jackson single scores Jackson Davis and Jacob Greco. The next batter for the Vikings, Colton Casada. Courtesy runner at first base for the Vikings, Gannon Carey.
Bill, what do you call the music when the courtesy runner has a walk-up song?
That's called run-up music. And I used to do that for.
I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that you were artfully playing. Not only that, he's the artist of the song.
That's right.
So I think it's important to note that.
And he just got to second base. Gannon Carey clocked
I believe that was called strike.
I think so.
Here I am with Brent the Lag White.
That pitch on the outside edge for a strike. Gannon Carey clocked at 21 or 22 miles an hour. You do have the count correct.
Good.
In football last fall, so he does have speed.
He does have wheels. But apparently we learned at senior night
he wants
more.
More, yeah.
He's not satisfied.
Hey, you know what? That shows some drive. Never be satisfied. Here comes the 0-2 to Casada. He fouls that one, bouncing over toward the home bullpen, and the count stays at 0-2.
My message to Gannon Carey, enjoy it because you're not going to be any faster ever again.
Probably so, yeah. I think you're
He
correct.
doesn't need a message from me, but if he were to
But
ask,
if he were to ask, you're ready. No balls, 2 strikes to Colton Casada, the pitcher. Little looper that's going to go right into the glove of the second baseman, and wisely so. Gannon Carey was on second. That's the first out of the inning. Number 8. Third baseman, Colton McKay. Bouncing ball to the second baseman. He throws. He's going to get McKay out at first, but that advances the runner to third base.
you know, we're making them make the outs.
First baseman, number 10, Ransom Burns. So Burns will step up to the plate for his first time tonight. 2 outs, a runner at third, right-handed batter. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1.
The hit for Colton was kind of a little squeezer that was kind of weak, smartly detected by Gannon to be a playable ball so that they wouldn't turn a quick double play. The next one, Colton McKay kind of hit sharply, but both plays made nicely by the second baseman for the Gophers.
The 1-0 pitch jams him inside. He fouls it back to the fence above the backstop, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball to the third baseman. He can't get to it, and that's going to be an RBI single for Ransom Burns. Scoring for the Vikings, number 22, Gannon Carey. On Ransom Burns, RBI single. Now batting, Connor Bushell. Connor Bushell steps up to the plate. 2 outs, runner at first. That pitch low, maybe outside a bit also for ball 1.
But a nice single by Ransom, you know, kind of not maybe a ball that might have been able to be played, but no play nonetheless, scoring the run.
The 1-0 pitch. Ransom Burns goes to second, and he's in safely. Throw a little bit late. The next pitch to Bushell is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner at second base, Ransom Burns. 2 outs. If Bushell can get a hold of one here, there's a big gap in left center. The 2-1 is low, and the count goes to 3-1.
I'm sure Ransom appreciates being able to steal on senior night. We're not going to see him steal a lot. And he did have a nice slide. I'll give him high marks for the slide.
Yeah. Even the Russian judge gave him 9 out of 10 on
9
that.
9 out of 10 from the Russian judge. You can't dispute that.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Bouncing ball out of reach of the pitcher. The second baseman picks it up, throws over in time. That ends the inning, but the Vikings take the lead 3-2 on 3 hits and leave 1. We'll be back. Well, Brent, we were just talking offline here. Both teams sent 7 batters to the plate in the first inning.
A lot of action for sure. The second baseman sure was busy for Grand Prairie during that inning.
First pitch of this inning from Casada is a first pitch strike. This is the number 8 hitter overall for Grand Prairie, the catcher, right-hander Jacob Harmon. Fly ball that goes into right center field, and it's caught on the fly by Jacob Greco for out number 1. The next batter, designated hitter number 8, Adrian Colunga.
Yeah, good play by Jacob out there. It was a ball he had to definitely run for and got there without sliding or diving or anything. So nice play for the first out.
And only 2 pitches for that first out, I believe.
That is right.
And there's another first pitch strike for Casada facing the DH who is in their number 9 position. Interestingly. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Casada sure has gotten things going well here.
Yeah, he might have had some nervous energy.
Batter calls timeout. He steps out after it's granted by the umpire. Casada just about to get into his windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, up high for ball 1.
I think it took him a minute in the first inning to kind of figure out what's working and what's not.
That pitch is inside for ball 2. The count evens up, 2-2.
Very close on the inside part of the plate. Probably could have been called either way.
And the count goes full after starting off 0-2. Foul ball off the face mask of Brock Jackson. That thing ricocheted over fast to the backstop, or the side stop, if you will, in front of the visitor stands. Here comes the payoff pitch. Out. Oh, I thought that was going to be outside.
He rang him up,
He did.
whether he likes it or not.
Now batting number 4, Rodrigo Martinez. So Rodrigo Martinez steps up to the plate. He got a leadoff single as the leadoff hitter overall back in the first inning, and there's another first pitch strike for Casada.
Colton's definitely leading with the breaking ball with all these batters, which is different than his approach in the first inning.
Curveball hung a little high, and the count evens up at 1-1 strike.
I think a lot of the crowd liked that pitch.
Yeah.
But the guy that it mattered to, he did not like it.
Bouncing ball straight back to Casada on the mound, and he'll underhand toss it 3 up, 3 down in the top of the second. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the second inning for your Vikings, center fielder Logan Archibald. Well, leading off for the Vikings in the bottom of the second inning, number 8 hitter, center fielder, right-handed batter Logan Archibald. First pitch to him appears to be low for ball 1.
You know, Logan's had a nice season. There's so much that Logan does that might not fill the stat sheet, but there are a lot of little things.
There's a bouncing ground ball to the second baseman. He had to play just on the right line of action. He gets it over to first base in time for out number 1. Now batting for the Vikings, number 7, designated hitter Ryan Dominguez.
Another ball handled by the second baseman. About 3 outs in a row. I think we've had him handle the out.
You're exactly right. That pitch outside, the catcher stopped that. No one on base, so it wouldn't have been bad. Ball 1. Ryan Dominguez, the number 9 hitter, right-handed, DHing tonight for Ben Shryock, who's playing shortstop. That ball is hit high and goes foul, out of play, behind the home stands, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think his eyes got big on that one. That was the one he was looking for, high in the strike zone.
There's a high fly ball into center field. Center fielder now runs in on it, and he'll catch that for out number 2. Number 2, Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis, the leadoff hitter, looks at strike 1 called in the lower left-hand corner of the strike zone as the umpire is looking. He led off with a single and scored the first run for the Vikings in the first inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Ooh, that pitch in the other lower corner of the strike zone, according to the umpire.
Yeah, I don't think our friend Jackson is fond of either one of those calls. He's got himself into a 0-2 hole.
Here comes the 0-2. Oh, and he swings and misses as it tails away. And now it's 3 up, 3 down for the Vikings. The score stays 3-2. We'll be back. Leading off for the Gophers in the top of the third inning, number 3, Saul Muniz. So we move into the top of the third inning after a complete 3 up, 3 down, bottom and top of the second inning. Vikings lead 3-2. First pitch to Muniz goes outside for ball 1. Muniz grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. His first time up to the plate. Right-handed batter sees a 1-1 count. Quesada pitches down the middle, and that fly ball goes into just barely right center field where Logan Archibald gets out number 1. Number 12, Giovanni Alvarado. So Alvarado comes up to the plate for the second time tonight. He got a single and scored the second run of the game for the Gophers in the top of the first inning. He hits that screaming line drive foul off the third base line. Thank goodness it hooked around and went foul.
Yeah, I do think they're picking up on the first pitch, whether that's a curveball, breaking ball of some kind, setting up him for the fastball versus starting with the fastball and coming back with the breaking stuff.
0-1 pitch on its way. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Quesada ahead in the count here with 1 out, nobody on. Vikings lead 3-2. Top of the third inning. The 0-2 pitch, ground ball hit right at Jackson Davis, who throws in time to Ransom Burns for out number 2. A lot of second baseman action.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but that's where the ball is going tonight.
Next batter, number 10, Isai Martinez. So Martinez comes up to the plate for his second time tonight. He got a single and scored a run in the first inning. First pitch strike there from Quesada right down the middle. The 0-1 just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. I thought that was close. Not arguing.
Well, Colton is working quick. There's not. He's trying to find his pace here in the third inning.
Here's the 1-1 high fly ball. It's going into foul territory. Brock Jackson turns around, makes the catch by covering up also with the extra hand. 3 up, 3 down again. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the third inning, number 3, Jacob Greco. Jacob Greco leads off here in the bottom of the third inning. Got a single, scored a run in the bottom of the first. He swings on the first pitch. That's going to go foul out of play. And he'll start off with an 0-1 count. I want to say hi to Patty in Spartanburg, South Carolina, one of our regular listeners, Viking fan. High fly ball, that's going to go out of play the other side. Now Greco finds himself with an 0-2 count. Going to be having that 2-strike approach, gets a sign from Coach Kino at third. Time is called by Greco. He's having some glove issues.
Elbow guard was getting in the way.
Elbow guard, thank you. Yeah,
I
sorry.
think he's just deciding to brave it up there.
That guy better not beat him in the elbow now.
No.
Now the catcher calls timeout, making sure he has the right signal from the coach. Waiting for the 0-2 pitch. On its way now. High fly ball into left field. Goes pretty deep. The left fielder going back. Center fielder coming over. Center fielder will make the play. So officially goes down as an F8 in left center field. Number 24, Brock Jackson. Brock Jackson was part of that hit parade in the bottom of the first. Gannon Carey, who came in to run for him, got stranded. First pitch to him, low for ball one.
Nice hit by Jacob Greco back there. It went pretty deep in the left field. Somehow the center fielder came all the way across and made that play, but 1 out nonetheless.
Swing and a miss, strike one. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch inside, a little chin music there. Count goes to 2-1.
Brock's been a consistent performer more or less all year long, both at the plate and certainly behind the plate.
2-1 pitch, bouncing ball to the second baseman, again getting lots of action for the Grand Prairie defense, and Jackson is put out on a 4-3 play. Now stepping up to the plate, Colton Casada. His walk-up song, Tell Me I'm Dreaming, swing and a miss, strike one. He's dreaming of a home run, I think
he
on
is.
senior night. But he's not a senior.
He's not a senior, but honor the seniors with his own bat.
That's right. The 0-1 pitch swung on, goes foul into the football soccer practice field behind the visitor stands, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Well, I don't want to see 2 complete 3-up, 3-down innings, Brent.
Well, I'm afraid that we're on the doorstep.
Pitch is inside for ball 1.
But I think Colton definitely wants to get a ball in play. You know, he's kind of had some bad luck the last few games, not getting the balls in the right spots.
The 1-2 outside. Yeah, you're right. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You can just tell with his approach, he is very, I wouldn't want to say anxious, but he is definitely focused on.
Eager. Maybe,
He's
yeah.
Eager.
Motivated.
There's an eagerness.
The 2-2 swung on, just barely foul outside of third base.
Coach Kino looked back at the dugout, and I think he might have seen some of the line kind of kick up, indicating to him it maybe was fair. Good take on ball 3.
Yeah, so the count goes full. The payoff pitch, high fly ball over near the first base foul line, and it's out of reach of the pursuing right fielder, and the count's going to stay at 3-2.
Definitely qualify as a competitive at-bat for Colton here. See what he can do with the 3-2 count.
The payoff pitch. Oh, just misses. He'll take a base. Number 8, Colton McKay. Well, so we don't see the 3-up, 3-down. We do get a base runner on ball 4 with a full count. Colton follows Colton. Colton Casada goes to second base, and he is picked off on a 1-3-4 pick. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We'll be back. Leading off in the top of the fourth inning for Grand Prairie, number 5, Brandon Peoples. The game moving quickly all of a sudden after a interesting and busy first inning. Ground ball to the shortstop. Shryock makes a throw. Ransom Byrne puts the tag on since the throw was a little bit offline, but the result is the same, a 6-3 put out on one pitch.
On one pitch, kind of a weakly hit ball. Ben made a great play. Couldn't get the perfect throw, but Ransom with the awareness there and tagging the player out as he ran down the first baseline.
First pitch to Alcala. I think I heard, it's a strike. It fouled off the bat. Kind of a defensive little swing. It was inside.
It was in a little bit, but jammed him up. Strike one.
Brandon got a hit and was stranded back in the top of the first inning. Bouncing ball to Jackson Davis at second. He throws over to first in time, a little bit offline, but Ransom Burns makes a stretch. And that's only 3 pitches, correct?
That is 3 pitches. Two outs, top of the fourth. Ball one on the outside part of the plate to number 15 for Grand Prairie.
1-0 pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Are you noticing the pace at which Colton's working now?
Pretty quick, isn't it?
He's regained control over the game. I think he was just out of rhythm in the first inning. You know, of course, a couple mistakes were made.
And that pitch, got in for a strike on the inside edge on the curveball. Now that one misses high.
But he's ready.
Oh, he is. Count as 2 balls and 2 strikes, yeah.
He is not messing around.
The 2-2. Bouncing ball to Colton McKay at third base. Throws across perfectly to Ransom Burns. And in less than 10 pitches, 3 up, 3 down. We'll be back. Leading off deep in the heart of Texas for your Lamar Vikings, Colton McKay. Well, Colton McKay, who was batting when Colton Casada got picked off in the bottom of the third inning, gets to lead off with a fresh count. He looks at a first pitch strike in the lower right-hand corner of the strike zone. Vikings lead 3-2, bottom of the fourth inning. A game that has picked up speed here since the first inning. That pitch in there for strike two.
You know, the Grand Prairie pitcher has really gotten himself under control since the first inning. A lot of what was happening in the first inning was on his fielders.
Line drive that goes into right center field. McKay's going to get to first base easily for a leadoff single. Leadoff single for Colton McKay. The next batter is Ransom Burns. So Ransom Burns comes up to the plate. He got a hit back in the first inning. His second appearance tonight. Runner at first, no outs. Shows bunt, pops it straight up, and the catcher is going to catch that for out number one. Now that's interesting. I don't know why. Oh, he was trying to double up McKay, who was trotting back to first. That's kind of slowly. Connor Buechele. Connor Buechele comes up to the plate his second time. He grounded out to the second baseman. He and a whole bunch of others have done that tonight. One out, runner at first. Pitcher throws back over to first base. Colton McKay gets back in time.
I think we're lucky to only have one out on that play.
Yes, McKay was not running very fast back to first base.
And certainly he couldn't take second, even though that throw went into right field.
Called strike one to Connor Buechele, playing left field tonight, right-handed. What's he stand, about 5'14" or so?
He's in there, in that neighborhood.
No balls and one strike. Runner at first. Throw back over to first. McKay dives back nicely. So he'll be safe still at first base. Runner goes. Throw to second. In time for out number two. So there's another base runner picked at second base. And Buechele facing a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
And just like that, 2 outs.
Yeah, and nobody on. Pitch catches the lower outside corner for strike two. Buechele looking to get on base his first time tonight. Grounded out to the second baseman in the first. That pitch is well outside. And the count evens up at 2-2 with 2 outs.
Definitely a competitively played game by Grand Prairie. There's no doubt. I'm sure that we were not envisioning a kind of a squeaker at this point in the game.
The 2-2 misses outside. The count goes full. So if nothing else right now, Buechele working the pitch count. 5 pitches thrown just to him so far. The payoff pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman. Picks it up, throws in time for out number 3. 3-2, we'll be back. Heard someone laugh when I said he's stepping into the danger zone after playing the Kenny Loggins song.
That's right.
Casada on the mound. His first pitch to Harmon in there for strike one. That looked to be off speed, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah. It definitely wasn't his fastball.
So he'll start out ahead. No balls and one strike to the right-handed number 8 batter overall. Curveball that goes high into the grass for the shortstop, Ben Shryock, who makes the out. The next batter, number 8, Adrian Kalunga. Kalunga, the DH in the number 9 position. Struck out looking back in the second inning. His second plate appearance, he sees the first pitch for a ball 1.
First batter in a long time. We haven't seen the first ball be a strike.
You're right. The 1-0 pitch down the middle, strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. Time is called, I believe, by the batter. I was looking down. Granted.
Yes, by the batter.
Steps back in. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Number 4, Rodrigo Martinez. Well, 2 up, 2 down. First pitch to him in the dirt. Bounces off of Brock Jackson's glove. Off to his side for ball 1.
That was strikeout number 3 for Colton. A little bit behind his normal clip, but against only 1 walk is good.
Indeed. And there's strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a good point, Brent.
You know, and he's got 2 earned runs. Those might be the first 2 earned runs of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Swing, foul tip.
Which just goes to show you never know what you're going to get with baseball. If he, in the last matchup of the year for him in district play, he gets his first 2 earned runs.
That's wild. Against the 1-9 team, yeah. Wow, he kind of overthrew that one, it looked like a little bit, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one on the just outside of the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 5th. There's called strike 3. Three up, 3 down, 3-2. Vikings lead. We'll be back. Leading off in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Vikings, Logan Archibald. First pitch to Archibald, lays down a little bit of a bunt, rolls up to the pitcher, And he is going to be safe with an infield single.
Outfield needs an A for a C.
Number 7, Ryan Dominguez.
Just a perfectly placed bunt by Logan, and really got to turn the wheels on as he now is
And
safely in at second. Still
he got a good jump.
had a huge jump.
One ball and no strikes.
But I think we've seen a few games in a row where we've kind of squandered a bunch of base runners one way or the other.
There's a bunt. We need to take some bunting lessons. I'm not just picking on this guy. We have a lot of bunts that have popped up in the air. So,
No, I think you're exactly right.
so I didn't mean that against any one player in
But
particular.
that does follow a beautiful, perfect bunt by Logan Archibald on the prior at bat. So
No balls and one strike for Ryan Dominguez. Runner at second in scoring position with no outs. Pitcher throws back around to second. The ball goes into center field. Now there's going to be a throw to third. That's offline. And now Archibald is going to score a run. Scoring for the Vikings, Logan Archibald. You saw the count 1-1?
I do now.
Okay, cool. Well, that's a great way to get a run in from first base or second base. Well,
Yeah.
no, first, yeah. Bad throw to second, bad throw to third. There's a ball foul back to the net, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And really, he was pretty fortunate because he decided to go to third a little bit late, and with a better throw, he was going to be dead.
It was
right
going to be
to third.
hosed.
and fortunately for the Vikings, that throw got away, and he was able to take home.
They take a 4-2 lead. High fly ball into left field. The left fielder's running back on it. That's going to fall in the gap in left center. Dominguez is going to get to second with a stand-up double. Stand-up double for Ryan Dominguez. The next batter, Jackson Davis.
As Jackson Davis steps up to the plate, a beautiful double, stand-up double.
Look at that bunt that stays fair. The throw is cut by the pitcher. Why? I'm not sure. Excuse me, that's the pitcher, but second baseman. No, first baseman. Second baseman went to cover first. I'll repaint the picture. Bunt that stayed right in front of home plate. The second baseman went over to cover first. The first baseman came in on the bunt. He cut the throw to first, and now we've got runners at first and third with nobody out. The next Viking to the plate, Jacob Greco.
Well, Coach Bill, you called for some bunting practice.
Was that the best bunt you've ever seen?
Boy, but inexplicably cut by the.
Yeah.
You said second baseman, I believe.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
not really
the
sure.
first baseman cut it because he came in. The second baseman went to
Was
cover
covering the
first.
back,
Yeah.
So, but I think that there was a good chance that it was either going to be an out or a very close play at first. Runners at the corners.
Throw back over to first. That goes into the bullpen wall, and that's going to score Ryan Dominguez. Scoring for the Vikings, Ryan Dominguez. Thanks.
Bill, do you mind if I ask, was there a pitch that happened there? Or was that that was a play trying to pick off Jackson at first, wasn't it?
I
don't think
I'm
we've
not
thrown
sure.
a pitch to
I
Jacob
don't.
Greco.
I don't think
Do you?
so. No, I don't think so.
Nobody seems to know what to get Millie or Jimmy for their wedding present. Is that about right? That's right. Well, channel sticks always make a nice gift, and maybe you can find what she's registered, maybe a place setting there that you're so worth. Okay, let's get to it. Here we go.
The Viking to the plate, Jacob Greco. Jacob Greco steps up to the plate. Vikings lead 5-2. No outs and a runner at second. That's number 2, Jackson Davis. Shows bunt. Kind of an excuse me defensive swing that goes foul. So no ball and 1 strike. One of the more interesting foul balls you'll see.
That was very defensive. He could have been hurt on that one.
The bat was vertical to the ground, perpendicular.
Yeah, I'm glad that he's unharmed on the play.
No balls and 1 strike. Pitch catches the lower right-hand corner of the strike zone. The count goes to 0-2. Greco has faced an 0-2 count earlier. And he flew out to the center fielder. Here's the 0-2. It hangs high for ball 1. You have a pitch count on this guy by any chance?
Yeah, it was low coming into the inning. He was kind of on pace with Colton. I'll look here the next chance
Yeah, no
I
problem.
get, but
Thanks.
He was with all the clean innings in a row up until now.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to go foul and out of play.
That looks to be pitch 63, which is, pretty low still.
Oh, yeah.
5-2 ball game. Vikings up in the bottom of the 5th inning.
No outs, runner at second. Here's a pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Takes a bad bounce. Jackson Davis comes around third. He's going to score. And Greco is on with a single. Scoring for the Vikings, Jackson Davis. The next batter for Lamar, Brock Jackson. How did Game Changer score when Jackson got on at first with that cut throw? Do you know?
I'll have to go back.
Okay,
and
I
look,
didn't know if there was a.
They did give that last one a hit.
Yeah, okay.
Which I guess I will too.
Yeah. High fly ball into right field. That's fair. It stays fair. Greco has started to come back thinking it might be a fly ball out. So we have runners at first and second. The next Viking to the plate, Colton Quesada.
And just like that, it's a 10-hit night for Lamar so far.
Courtesy runner at first base, Gannon Carey. I'm glad they got me his song
That's fun.
that he sung with Connor Buechele, correct?
Pardon me?
Sung that with Connor Buechele,
Yeah,
correct?
I think so. I'm not. I thought that was a solo project.
It might be. I
I
can't
could be
remember.
wrong.
I thought I was wrong one time, but I was mistaken.
Yeah, no, you're rarely, if ever, wrong.
Something like that, no. 1 ball and no strike to Colton Quesada trying to help himself out. He shows bunt. Lays down a bunt. It goes foul, though. Quesada comes back to see a 1-1 pitch. Runners at first and second, no outs. The Vikings opening up a lead here now 6-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-1 pitch on its way. He shows bunt, pulls back, and it's ball 2 outside. They're trying to hold the runner at second to some degree. The shortstop and second baseman are taking turns kind of going in. Now they both move away. Shows bunt, pops it up. The pitcher catches it, but the runners both get back quickly and wisely.
There's your favorite pop bunt.
Yep.
You are so fond of.
Yeah, that's the word we're looking for. Colton McKay. One out, runners at first and second for Colton McKay. His first pitch, oh, hits him hard. Number 10, Ransom Burns. Bases are loaded for Ransom Burns now with that hit batsman, Colton McKay. That's after about 5 hits this inning. Yeah.
Indicated it kind of hit him underneath the left arm. It kind of bounced up, and I think you hurt his helmet. So it wasn't a direct hit to the head. That's good.
First pitch to Ransom Burns, does a lazy swing and doesn't check it on a low pitch, but it's strike one. What can Burns do for you? The shortstop playing deep in the dirt. There's a swing and a miss for strike two. He's respecting the speed of a potential ground ball off of Ransom Burns to shortstop. Third baseman playing in on the grass. He's the only infielder playing in, trying to get that force at home if they can. He did check his swing that time, and it's successful. The count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Very close, to maybe being a called third strike. I know he wants to. It's a big spot. He's a senior.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, but you gotta play the game.
The 1-2 pitch. He got rung up. He didn't like that. Number 15, Connor Bouchel. So now Connor Bouchel comes up to the plate with the bases loaded and now 2 outs. 3 runs in this inning for the Vikings on 5 hits so far. First pitch, high for ball 1. Starting to get into that pitch count a little bit more now. Not terribly so, I'm guessing, but probably in the around 70 pitches.
I think it's going to be higher than that.
Maybe 80.
Let's see.
Can't remember how long ago it was 60 or something. The 1-0 is inside for ball 2. Didn't mean to distract you, Brent.
75 pitches.
75, okay.
Definitely kind of an important at-bat to keep this inning going.
Yeah, that's a good point. 2 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Vikings lead 6-3. 6-2. Oh, that pitch looked a little low, but it hit the strike zone according to the umpire. Now that throw back from the catcher to the pitcher was the pitcher had to jump up and stretch to catch that.
Or else another run would have scored. So good spot here for Connor to get a ball in play and score a couple.
The 2-1 pitch is outside, and the count goes to 3-1. Now the pitcher, Martinez, in danger of walking in a run. I'd rather see Connor Bouchel put the ball in play, maybe to left center where there's a gap.
But don't be surprised if this is a full-on take.
Yeah. And he takes the walk. Scoring for the Vikings, Jacob Greco. Now batting, Logan Archibald. Well, we're going to have a meeting at the mound, and this means a new pitcher because this is a second visit.
Looks to be number 9 taking the mound for Grand Prairie.
Thank you.
A lefty. Changed it up a little bit.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Gophers, number 9, Jordan Todd. Todd on the mound for Grand Prairie.
Yeah, and I will say in defense of the pitcher, that was mostly 4 errors on the part of the Gophers in the field. You know, he in the middle of the game, he pitched some real solid innings, and this team is a lot like Sam Houston. You know, they play hard, they make the routine plays, and just a little bit of bad luck with some poor throws have run the score up here.
Yeah, you raise a really good point because it was 5 straight hits, then the hit batsman, then the walk, and that's where I wouldn't say that's where it fell apart for the team, but that's where his pitching and the Grand Prairie coach wisely thinking, well, bases loaded, can't let this bleeding continue.
Right.
Even with 2 outs, because you never know when that 3rd out's going to come, and that's not always the pitcher's deal.
Right. No, I think we've seen that time and again, and I don't know many coaches that are going to let you walk in more than 1 run.
The next Viking to the plate, Logan Archibald. So Logan Archibald steps up to the plate for real now after the pitching change. The left-handed pitcher, Jordan Todd, comes in. First pitch is low and inside, bounces off the catcher. Off the dirt, off the catcher, but he keeps it in front of him. 1 ball, no strikes. Now a big gap in right center. Logan Archibald kind of reaches out and up and gets a piece of that when it goes back to the backstop. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs. Bases loaded. Big gap in right center. Center fielder shaded towards left. That pitch stays high for ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. It might take a few pitches for Jordan Todd to get in his rhythm. And
yeah,
that's
long lefty up there,
Yeah.
Tall and thin and got a long motion, and definitely a different look for these batters that had gotten accustomed to the starting pitcher.
The 2-1 pitch inside for ball 3. And something I've noticed, and maybe it'll change because I'm saying it, he's not really checking the base runners. He is focused on getting this batter out if he can.
Right.
But a 3-1 count now to Logan Archibald. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4. Scoring for the Vikings, Gannon Carey. The next batter, Ryan Dominguez. Remember to clear the count. If you didn't already clear the count.
No, I did.
Okay.
We're
I figured that's what
we're
in the
delay,
lag
we're
zone.
in the delay part of the show.
In the lag zone. Yeah, I got you.
On the part of the scoreboard. Not the operator, mind you.
Exactly. You're on top of it, Brent.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, you are. First pitch, ball 1. Bases loaded. 2 outs.
Great hit by Ryan last time up.
Oh, yeah. That pitch is way outside for ball 2.
I'm not keeping a separate senior scorecard, but there are a lot of seniors tonight making a lot of hits and plays out there. So definitely something you love to see on senior night.
Heck yeah. And senior night doesn't mean us who are 60 and older,
No,
by the way.
It's not, that would be seniors.
There you go.
Plural.
Yeah, I like that. Senior citizen night. Foul ball that goes back over the visitor stands.
But speak for yourself about that 60.
Yeah,
stuff.
you're only, 38, 39?
Maybe.
Something like
Ish.
that. Yeah. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ryan Dominguez. Number 9 hitter overall, but doing a job tonight. Here comes the 2-1. That's outside. The count goes to 3-1.
You know, we see this with some of the other teams too. The pitching depth sometimes leaves a lot to be desired when you burn through that starting pitcher. And,
Yeah.
you know, I think they've put up a good fight for a good part of this game tonight.
Played a clean defensive game. Got some hits going at one point. Pitch is outside. Scoring for the Vikings, Colton McKay. The next batter, Jackson Davis.
As Jackson Davis is called over to Coach Kino to have a word of encouragement down the third base line. First pitch well inside for ball 1 to Jackson Davis, another senior, here on senior night at Lamar Baseball Field.
The 1-0 pitch, high and outside for ball 2.
Run the score up to 9-2 in this inning.
Wonder if we can get an update on the Bowie South Grand Prairie game. I think that's
we can at the break.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll thank you.
Definitely check that out.
2 balls and no strikes. That went in there for strike 1.
Sigh of relief from the pitcher, I think, to get that called strike in there.
Yeah, I mean, that changes a lot, after throwing several balls.
Just hate to see him struggle, but
yeah. Here's the 2-1 pitch. High fly ball that goes foul. Out of play. Got it, thank you.
look at that, Bill. 2's across the board.
Number 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch is high. The count goes full. Dollar Dogs, Dollar Burgers at the concession stand. Get them fresh, get them hot, get them while they last. Three balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch, runners are going. That's ball 4. Scoring for the Vikings, Connor Bushell. Pitch goes outside off the glove of the catcher, and that's going to score Logan Archibald. Scoring is Logan Archibald. The batter is Jacob Greco.
Leaves first base unoccupied. Runners at second and third with the pass ball from the pitcher.
So takes away the force play. Here's the pitch. High fly ball into right field, but foul. Bounces out of play. He's got 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Greco. Runners at second and third. That pitch stays way high off the catcher's glove, but not far enough away where Ryan Dominguez can score. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. 10 after 5 is the run rule, correct?
I think that is correct.
And we're looking at a score right now, 11-2. So if one more run scores this inning, this game could be over. 2-1 pitch. High fly ball into left center field. The center fielder making chase on it, and he'll get it. And the game goes on. It's 11-2. We'll be back. Leading off for the Gophers in the top of the 6th inning, number 3, Saul Muniz. All right, Brent, we are back live in the top of the 6th inning. Vikings, after exploding with 8 runs in the bottom of the 5th, lead 11-2. 1 ball and no strikes to this batter. There's a ground ball that goes foul over toward the home bullpen, and the count goes to 1-1. That's a sharply hit ball.
Sharply hit ball. Seen a few of those tonight from them, there's no doubt. I mean, some of them got in play and some didn't, but not a huge issue getting the bat in the ball.
The 1-1 pitch. Foul over behind the visitor stand. We have not had a foul ball go into the stands yet.
We have not. Nothing's hit the stands.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Colton Casada still on the mound for the Vikings, ahead against the leadoff batter for this inning. Number 2 batter overall in their lineup. The 1-2. That's foul back over behind the visitor stands, and he stays alive.
You know, number 3, not a very big guy, but a very aggressive hitter. Able to generate some bat speed, so I like the way he looks up there.
The 1-2 pitch curveball misses, and the count evens up at 2-2. Wow. Brock Jackson, the catcher, thought that was going to be called strike 3. He popped up and was ready to throw over to third to go around the horn.
Those last 2 pitches were extremely close.
But the count goes full. Here's the payoff pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, Ben Shryock, picks it up, throws on a rope to first base for out number 1.
And that's the play that we're accustomed to seeing from number 4.
Oh, yeah.
Shortstop.
The next Gopher to the plate, number 12, Giovanni Alvarado. Pitches inside. Didn't quite brush him back, but hit that narrow spot between the inside edge of the plate and the body of the batter. That pitch nicely goes over the plate in the strike zone and drops behind it.
That was the 68th pitch for Colton, 45 of them being strikes.
On the 1-1 pitch, he fouls it up and out of play. There's one into the stands.
There you go, Bill.
One ball and 2 strikes.
Excuse me. I was going to say, even though we're not seeing the 8, 9, 10, 11 gaudy strikeout numbers for Colton, this is a very efficient performance tonight on the mound.
It is indeed. Fly ball to center field. Logan Archibald tracks it down and catches it for out number 2.
This will be the pitcher,
The next batter is number 9, Jordan Todd.
Lefty batter, in addition to a left-handed pitcher, number 9, stepping in to the plate.
2 outs, no runners on base. Ground ball hit to the shortstop, Shryock. A slow roller, but picks it up, throws offline. Ransomburn tries to make the tag. I guess that'll go down as an E6. But nice attempt.
A little offline, fielded it very cleanly, but almost with the around the back tag by Ransom.
Number 5, Brandon Peoples. Courtesy runner at first base for Grand Prairie. Number 2, Dawson Keaton. They've not had a base runner since the first inning. Runner looked to be going. They've got a courtesy runner at first base. Dawson Keaton comes off the bench to run. First pitch, ball 1. He looked like he was going to break for second base, but stepped back. He wants to get in scoring position. The 1-0 pitch hits the strike zone, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I'm going to give that go for a hit to be consistent with the
Oh, is that what
scorekeeper
Game
on
Changer said?
Game Changer.
Oh, okay. We will call that a hit on my unofficial score sheet. And a fly ball into center field for the 3rd out. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. 11-2. We'll be back. Leading off for your Vikings in the bottom of the 6th inning, Brock Jackson. Brock Jackson will lead off here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Vikings, who lead 11-2 over the Grand Prairie Gophers. And our latest word is that South Grand Prairie and Bowie are tied 0-0 in the 7th inning over there. First pitch to Jackson. Foul ball that goes behind the broadcast booth. He'll start off no balls and 1 strike.
And as we know about Bowie, they don't use Isaiah Henderson on Tuesdays. They use him on Fridays. So
yeah,
that is sounds like a very competitive game this evening.
The 0-1 curveball hit down the third base line. It's fair, but it's going to be a throw across in time to beat Brock Jackson, who goes down on a 5-3 for out number 1, bottom of the 6th inning. Your next Viking to the plate, Colton Casada. Colton Casada, another tall drink of water. First pitch to him, ground ball to the third baseman. He bobbles it. He's not going to be able to make the play. Let me know what they rule that.
I will.
Now batting, Colton McKay.
Went down as a hit for Colton.
Nice.
Deep enough in the hole at third. And
yeah.
Not fielded cleanly, and no throw was made. Probably could score that either way.
First pitch to this Colton McKay, ground ball foul over to the visitor dugout off the first base line. The count starts at no balls and 1 strike.
But they're taking hacks at his breaking ball. We've seen that from every batter this inning. All 3 batters this inning have gotten the same first pitch.
The 0-1 pitch, curveball inside, swung on. It's a fly ball that's going to go to the second baseman. And Casada stays around first base safely. Well, 2 outs, a runner at first for Ransom Burns, bottom of the 6th inning. Pitcher looking over his shoulder at first. Now he throws to first, not in time. Another throw over. Drops, but not going to go. Ransom Burns still waiting for his first pitch. Casada extends his lead now. Here's a pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Slow roller. Throws over in time. And we strand Casada. Still lead 11-2. We'll be back. All right, going into the top of the 7th, the final countdown. Vikings lead 11-2. Alcala is the right-handed batter. He looks at a called strike 1. Looks to be a big statement win for the Vikings tonight.
No, I agree. I think it's exactly what we want to do at home.
Swing and a miss for strike 2.
To start the week off, and JV1 games tomorrow night are at
Grand
Prairie.
And no JV2
No JV2.
freshman. Okay, now Kino is going out to talk to Casada, and I wonder if it's what's his pitch count at? Do you have that?
It's not very high.
Okay.
It's only 77, but it could be, hey, Colton, this is great, but it's senior night, and we've got some guys that I want to get in here. Or, you get an out. And so he's probably setting the stage for how he plans on managing the inning potentially with some seniors that would like to get in and do a little pitching.
And is there a chance he might be looking at pitch count, and if there's a Saturday seeding or play-in game, he might have to have Colton at least pitch relief or something?
Yeah, I don't know if that's factoring in. It's definitely a mound visit that the home plate umpire is interested in breaking up as he's walking out slowly to the mound. So it's just a question of how they want to manage the rest of this game. You've got Cole Rentz, Joe Bajanero. But no one's warming up, incidentally. So to the extent now Coach Kino's in a conversation with the home plate umpire.
No one's been in the bullpen warming up. Kino not walking off very rapidly.
This isn't the first time that we've been left in the dark, Bill, that I can remember.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where the lights went off at 10 o'clock and we were left in the
too,
dark,
but I think
literally.
all we do know is that it's the top of the 7th, and it's a 0-2 count on the batter number 0.
Yes.
As the game appears to be ready to commence.
And the number 6 batter overall, by the way, so we're getting in the bottom third or so, bottom half of the lineup.
These are facts that are known. But now we are seeing some action in the bullpen.
Okay. Let me know if you pick out who that is. Batter calls timeout now.
My goodness, they must not. They must have homework, and they don't want to go home and do it. That's all I can figure.
No balls and 2 strikes. Casada to deliver the 0-2. Hangs just a little bit high. And I wasn't being facetious. It was just a little high for one ball and 2 strikes.
Not by much.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Now Kino comes back out again, so we will have a pitching change. And it looks like number 18.
Well, that's Grafton's walking out, but I don't think it's to pitch.
He's probably going to short, maybe, or third. Maybe McKay's going to pitch.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Ben Shryock might pitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colton Casada.
Colton Casada ends the night with 79 pitches, 54 for strikes, 5 strikeouts, and only 1 walk.
This is McKay, yeah. It's McKay, right?
That is Colton McKay on the mound, number 8.
Colton for Colton. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Vikings. Gophers, number 15, Jalen Garcia. Well, Brent Colton comes in for Colton. This has happened before.
We've seen this before.
Yeah. And they follow each other in the batting lineup, too.
That's just a lot of Coltons everywhere you look.
Colton squared. Well, he gets a first pitch strike on number 15, Jalen Garcia, the number 7 batter. Overall for the Gophers, second batter of this inning. The 0-1 pitch, a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia grounded out to the third baseman, Colton McKay, back in the 4th inning. There's a called strike. Wouldn't that be a hoot if he grounded out to him on the mound?
Well, I tell you, it sure would be.
1 ball and 2
you may have
strikes.
mentioned that Grafton Owings has come in to play third in place of Colton McKay, but in case you haven't.
I didn't mention that.
And we also have
Your attention, please. Entering the game at third base for the Vikings, Grafton Owings. Owings at third.
We have Jalen Jones in right field. We've got Cole Rentz in center field. And we've got, I believe we have Joe Bajanero in left field. So that's maybe the full spirit of senior night. Unless my eyes are fooling me, I think that's maybe the way the field's set up.
So Cole in center, Jalen in right, Joe in left.
I believe that's correct, but I'm going to double check that.
Okay, thanks. Meanwhile, with some pretty quick pitching, the count goes full to number 15, Jalen Garcia.
And that is the outfield, all senior outfield right now.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Other changes in the field. It's all seniors on senior night in the outfield. Oh, almost. Cole Rentz in center, Jalen Jones in right, Joe Bajanero in left. Jalen Jones?
Senior.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. I completely forgot. I shouldn't have said almost. First pitch strike there.
Batter's number 17.
Oh, 1 pitch misses. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. Potentially the last batter of the game. Vikings lead 11-2. We're on the top of the 7th inning. Off the end of the bat, Jalen Jones tries to make a play on it. It'll get past him. Jackson Davis backs him up, and that'll be a base hit. The next batter, number 8, Adrian Kalunga. Who's that running there? Is that a number 4? No. 11, maybe.
Yep.
11?
I think that's 11.
Think so.
Let's see here.
Yeah. High fly ball that's going to go to left field. Connor Buechele has it and makes the catch for the final out. Your Vikings win 11-2. We'll be back in just a moment to close it out.
Joe Bajanero with the final out.
Oh, excuse me.
That's okay.
Thank you. Joe Bajanero. Thank you. Now that's the end of the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, with the final score, Lamar 11, Grand Prairie 2. Lamar High School would like to thank everybody for showing up to support both teams tonight. Please buckle up and drive home carefully. Well, Brent, they needed a big statement win against a last-place team tonight. This is the final week of district play. If the Vikings, I think we mentioned this earlier, if the Vikings sweep this week, and if Bowie sweeps, then they'll have a play-in game or seeding game, I believe, on Saturday. If we sweep, which is not out of the realm of possibilities, and Bowie splits, then we won't need that Saturday game, correct?
No, I believe that is the setup, and I think on the coaches show we talked about the small school, big school, and at this point in time, it's either going to be J.J. Pierce